Who stood out to you so far in the stars group that you've?
Obviously, we got a deep, or not deep, but a veteran secondary group. Stukes is amazing at that star position. We're trying some other guys. DJ played it a little bit for us last year. Going to see how he progresses this spring and utilize him in some different ways, and then try some different people. See if we can get some corners in there, move some safeties down, maybe Maldonado. So, kind of play. That's the cool thing about spring is you can kind of play with different pieces, move guys around, try them at some different spots. So Stukes is a stud at that position. DJ's had some great reps, was valuable, especially at the end of the year there for us. So then who else can emerge in that spot,
And then you mentioned that corners, because Stukes was originally a corner, he moved to star. Is that something that you could see Takario potentially doing?
I don't think Takario, he's going to get his money out on the outside, a big, long guy like that. But some other guys that are short, quick area guys, maybe a G7, maybe a Killebrew. Obviously, in our dollar package, we have a lot of DBs on the field, so we'll be able to move some guys inside. I'm not ruling out anybody just yet. I know Takario's really valuable outside. I'd love to steal him some, but I just know the value he brings, especially on an X receiver, where he's out there on an island by himself. It's hard to move a guy like that off of that.
And what's been your relationship so far with the new coaches?
Man, I'm so excited. Great guys, super knowledgeable, great teachers. So, ready to get in the weeds and get to work with them.
And then just from what you've seen from some of the guys in the weight room, any progress reports just from the winter?
Colin and his staff are doing an amazing job. Nothing, jumping out per se by an individual, but as a collective group, just they're continuing to get where they need to get to, continuing to improve. They've done a great job in the weight room. Now it's our time to kind of take over when spring ball starts.
And with Coach Aina overseeing the secondary over his last 2 years, and he's been coaching a lot of the stars. And has he told you anything about just the mentality about coaching stars individually?
Yeah, I've had a pleasure to work with Coach Aina, especially last season. I've been growing and learning a ton from him as we've been going, and we'll continue to do so because he's one of the greats of all time. So I'm super fortunate to be in the back end with him, and we're just going to keep building on what we've been preaching and doing last season and last spring, and just continue to instill those same values and those same mottos and keep building on what we've been doing.
And what are you expecting from Stukes individually? Just is there a goal in mind that you have for him, or has he told you anything about what he's trying to accomplish this year?
He wants to continue to improve. He wants to show his ability to play different positions. You saw, especially in that Oklahoma game at the end of the year, he played some corner, moved him around when Takario went down. I think that's a goal for us, is to, utilize his skill sets in some different ways and show his versatility, so when it comes time for the next level and scouts are looking, he's got it on tape that he's done corner, he's done star, he's played a little safety. So I think, getting back to what I talked about earlier, is just moving guys around this spring, showing their value in different positions, and it's going to be good for us, and it's going to be good tape for them for the next level. And we're always about trying to help them grow as players to achieve their dreams at that next level. So it'll be fun moving around this spring.
And what are you expecting from Genesis coming into his second year now? Is there something that an extra, what do you think he needs to improve on going into his second year?
We've had some good talks. Genesis, great young player, super excited for his trajectory, his growth. He's got a lot of upside. I think he needs to, he's a gym rat, so he's going to do the things, man. He puts in a ton of time. Needs to get stronger in the weight room, which he's been doing with Colin and the staff. Needs to shore up some tackling things, and just continue in his coverage aspect. He is a great middle safety. He had that big pick, that first third down in Oklahoma. Keep building on that. That's really, he's a star in the middle of the field now, working on some of the other areas of his game, which he's done a great job this spring so far. Now, when we put the pads on, continue to show and grow in those other areas.
And how much do you think just being in that dollar package a lot last season, just how do you think having a lot of the players returning, being in that dollar package, how do you think the familiarity coming into the spring practice will help the team as opposed to in years past when it was kind of new at that point?
Oh, it's huge, and that's what's so exciting for us as a staff and for the players, really, right? Is it's going to be the same scheme. We're going to be doing a lot of the same things. Now it's just fine-tuning and getting better and just continuing to grow, not having to start from square one and just grow this defense. We grew a ton last season as the year progressed, and then, kind of got to show the world what we were about in that Oklahoma game. Now, how do we keep continuing to raise the bar and improve the standard off that game? There's some new faces, coaching staff-wise, player-wise. We lost some pieces. Now, okay, that was the bar. Now let's keep raising it in the spring. The familiarity is going to help that without having to do a lot of new things. So it'll be good.
And how much went into keeping guys like Gunner, Stukes? Because I know a lot of guys were entering the transfer portal, and just generally that big three, just keeping them. What was the process like getting them to?
Well, right when everything started shuffling around, that was priority number one, is keeping the roster we had intact. I think it helped Coach Aina being here, right, and us running the same system. That familiarity with the defense, familiarity with the teammates, being able to keep that all together. Why go start somewhere and fresh and new and have to start from square one? Let's keep building this thing together. We all did this together last year. Why change? Let's keep doing it together. I think, the familiarity with myself, Coach Aina, and some of the other guys on staff, along with the new guys coming in, just automatically starting to build those relationships were huge. That was priority number one, and will continue to be, especially in this college football landscape.
And what do you? Is there any goals that you're setting for yourself in terms of this new role?
Not really, to be honest with you. Keep doing what I'm doing, man. I'm blessed to be, I don't work a day. I'm just having a blast, learning, continuing to learn and grow from one of the greats in Coach Aina. I'm excited to work with Coach Viney and grow together with him. So I would just say, continue to get better as a coach, continue to improve my teaching, and, just excited to get to work.
Thank you so much for your time.